Hi friends, myself Sachin Ugle. Today we are going to discuss about a chapter from chemistry, that is electrochemistry. This is the fifth chapter. So in the electrochemistry, as name indicates, it is an interconversion of chemical energy and electrical energy. So we know that we are using so many appliances in our home also. In that we are using a cell, or we can say the battery. Some of them are rechargeable and few of them are non-rechargeable. So this is related to this chapter, that is electrochemistry. So as in the slide we can see that electrochemistry is the area of chemistry which concerned with the interconversion of chemical energy and the electrical energy. In that first one, electrical conduction. Now what is meant by electrical conduction? So we know that the electric current represents a charge transfer. A charge transfer or the flow of electricity occurs through the substances called conductors, or it is also called as electrolytes. So they can conduct the electricity or they can conduct the charge. So in that there are two types, that is metallic conduction and the ionic conduction or electrolytic conduction. So we will go in detail in that afterwards. So electrochemical cell. An electrochemical cell consists of two metal plates or the carbon rods, and these electronic conductors are dipped in electrolytes or ionic conductors that are called as electrochemical cells. Just now I told you in our households we use the cells or the batteries. These are the examples of these electrochemical cells. So in electrochemical cells there are some reactions takes place which are responsible to interconversion of electrical energy into chemical energy and the chemical energy into electrical energy. So the electrochemical reactions in that are generally a reduction and oxidation reaction takes place in electrochemical cells, and we combinedly called it as a redox reaction. So redox reaction takes place in electrochemical cells, and there are half of the reaction is a reduction and the oxidation half reaction takes place, and combinedly or the net cell reaction or the sum of this reaction we called it as a redox reaction, and the whole cell is work on this reactions. So in that electrodes. Now what is meant by electrode? Electrode are the surfaces on which this reduction half reaction or the oxidation half reaction takes place, that is called as the electrodes. And generally there are two types of electrode, that is cathodic electrode or the anodic electrode, or we can say cathode or anode. Now what is meant by cathode? Cathode is a electrode on which reduction reaction takes place, we called it as a cathode. And the other one is anode. Anode is an electrode on which oxidation reaction takes place. So in the next slide we can see types of electrochemical cell. There are generally two types of electrochemical cell. The first one is a electrolytic cell and the other one is a galvanic or voltaic cell. In electrolytic cell there is a non-spontaneous reaction takes place and known as electrolysis. Now what is meant by non-spontaneous reaction? A non-spontaneous reaction means a reaction which is carried out forcefully by applying electric current are known as non-spontaneous reaction, and the opposite to that is a spontaneous reaction which are given in the galvanic cell or the voltaic cell. Here it is shown. A spontaneous chemical reactions means reactions which takes place naturally, we call it as a spontaneous reaction. So in electrolytic cell a non-spontaneous reaction is carried out or takes place and we called it as a electrolysis. In such cell electrical energy is converted into chemical energy, and anode of the electrolytic cell is positive and cathode is negative. This is very important. This question is generally asked in the MCQs. That is, in electrolytic cell anode is positive and cathode is negative. Next to that is galvanic or voltaic cell. In galvanic cell a spontaneous chemical reactions produces electricity. In these cells chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. In the previous case or in the electrolytic cell in electrolytic cell, electrical energy is converted into chemical energy, while in the galvanic cell, chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. And the most important, the anode in the galvanic cell is negative, while a cathode is positive. We will see the one example of this, that is electrolysis, of molten NaCl, as shown in the diagram. This is the diagram for the fused NaCl. That means this is in the molten condition as shown in the diagram. This is the vessel in which molten or the fused NaCl is there, and there are two rods, copper rods are there dipped in this fused NaCl. Then external source of battery, that is direct current. We are using battery. As I told you, in electrolytic cell, a non-spontaneous reactions are carried out, and we call it as a electrolysis. That means we are going to apply direct current to this cell, and forcefully we are going to proceed a electrolysis of this fused NaCl. So a carbon rod, that is anode, which is positive, are connected to the terminal positive of the source, and the other one, the negative rod, that is carbon, is called as cathode, and that is connected to the negative terminal of the battery, and this is the fused NaCl solution. So what is happening there? There are some reactions takes place, that is the reactions occur in the cell. The first one is a oxidation half reaction at anode. The next slide we can see. In the oxidation half reaction, Cl minus ions migrates to the anode, and each Cl minus ions that reduces anode gives a 1 electron to the anode. Oxidation oxidizes the neutral Cl atom in the primary process. That means there are two processes takes place. This is the main reaction. Cl minus forms Cl plus this other Cl and these two electrons. That is, there are two Cl minus ions are there. So this is the primary process. Oxidation means loss of electron takes place. So there is a loss of two electrons takes place. There are two Cl minus atoms are there. So that forms neutral Cl2 atoms plus these two Cl electrons. This is a primary process. But in nature, Cl atom is not stable. So it is always in molecular form. So this Cl2 combines, this Cl, the first one and the second Cl combines, and that forms Cl2. That is a secondary process. So the overall reaction is twice of Cl minus, which gives Cl2 plus Cl2 minus, that is the two electrons are there. So the overall oxidation reaction is this one. That means we know that oxidation is a loss of electrons. So this Cl2 minus ions forms Cl2 molecule, and there are these two electrons are there. So it is called as a oxidation reaction. Similarly, for the reduction half reaction at cathode, then the electrons supplied by the battery. Now the first two electrons in the oxidation case, that goes to the source, and from the source I'll show you in the previous slide again. That is, in the oxidation, this Cl2 ions that comes across this anode and that get deposited here. So it is in the form of bubbles. This is the chlorine gas that forms a Cl2 molecules, and from this one, that electron goes through this anode to the source of the battery, and from the battery that travels towards the carbon cathode. Okay, then here these electrons comes here, that is electron from in the reduction. So that electron, that so Na plus is attracted towards that cathode, and that electron combines with this Na plus, that forms a neutral Na. So this is a reduction reaction, that is a gain of electrons takes place. At the same time we can observe this sodium metal is deposited on this electrode material, as well as this chlorine gas is liberated in the forms of bubbles. So this is there is a migration of these ions takes place, and deposition of this sodium on the surface of this cathode electrode takes place. So the overall the net cell reaction is this twice of Cl minus that gives Cl2 plus 2 electrons. There's oxidation half reaction, and this reduction half reaction twice of Na plus 2 electrons that gives twice of Na. Now one more thing is there. In the previous reaction, this one, that is Na plus electron that gives Na only. There is a single Na is there. But to balance these equations, we can multiply this whole equation by 2. So there is a 2, here is again 2, and here is also 2. So the overall equation remains as it is. So twice of Na plus 2 electrons that gives twice of Na. Then that as we make the sum of them, that is whatever shown in the left hand side of the arrow, that is we can write here also twice of Na plus twice of Cl minus that gives twice of Na and plus Cl2 gas. Okay, then there are some 2 electrons at the left hand side of the arrow, and here is also 2 electrons at the right hand side arrow that get cancels each other. So the overall the net cell reaction is twice of Na plus twice of Cl minus that gives twice of Na plus Cl2 gas. This is the overall cell reaction. Now what is the result we get from the electrolysis of this molten NaCl? The result is a pale green Cl2 gas is released at anode. Just now I told you there are some bubbles of the chlorine gas which is liberated at the anode. And the second one, a molten silvery white sodium is formed at the cathode. Just now I told you the silver is deposited on the surface of the cathode. So we can observe these two things there. And the decomposition of NaCl into metallic sodium and Cl2 is a non-spontaneous reaction. That means these are the non-spontaneous reaction. That's why we applied a external electric current, and the energy is supplied by the battery that forces the reaction occur. Next slide. Electrolysis of NaCl in aqueous condition. That means when we prepared a NaCl solution in water, we called it as a aqueous NaCl. So what is the happening in the aqueous NaCl? The water involved in the electrolysis of aqueous NaCl leads to electrode reaction that differ from the electrolysis of molten NaCl. Now what is the difference? We will see in detail. Reduction half reaction at cathode. At cathode, two reduction reactions compete each other. Okay, there are two reduction reactions which compete each other. We'll see in detail. One is the reduction of Na plus ions, as in the case of molten NaCl. That is very similar to the previous case. Na plus electron that forms a neutral Na, and its E0 value is minus 2.71 volt. This value is very important. E0's value is equal to minus 2.71 volt. Similarly, the other reaction also takes place, that is the reduction of water to hydrogen gas, that is twice of H2O plus twice 2 electrons that gives H2 plus twice of OH minus, and E0 value is minus 0.83 volt. The standard potential for reduction of water is higher than that for the reduction of Na plus. Okay, the standard potential of reduction of water, that is minus 0.83 volt, is higher than that of minus 2.71 volt. This implies that water has much greater tendency to get reduced than Na plus ions. Hence, reaction second, that is the reduction of water, is the cathodic reaction when the aqueous NaCl is electrolyzed. So this is the main thing. That means there are two reactions competes to each other, that is the reduction of Na as well as the reduction of water molecule, but the E0 value of this E0 value of water, that is minus 0.83 volt, is greater. So this it prefers this reaction, that is the reduction of water. The next one, oxidation half reaction at anode. At anode there will be a competition between the oxidation of Cl minus and the oxidation of H2O molecule. As in the first reaction, twice of Cl minus that gives Cl2 plus 2 electrons plus, and its E0 value is minus 1.36 volt, as well as in the oxidation of water molecule that forms twice of H2O, that gives oxygen molecule plus 4H plus 2 electron, and its E0 value of oxidation of water molecule is minus 0.4 volt. So again the same case is there. The standard electrode potential for the oxidation of water molecule is greater than that of the Cl minus. So we are expecting that the anode half reaction would be oxidation of water as in the reduction case, but experimentally it is observed that Cl2 is more beneficial, or that is a preferred reaction. Because now why this is happening, why this is change takes place, because this is because the over voltage, but we are not interested in go in detail in this one. So for our syllabus, this is only just keep in mind, in this second one there is a preparation of Cl2 is more important. So the overall cell reaction is, it is a sum of electrode reaction twice of Cl minus that gives Cl2 plus 2 electrons, that is the oxidation at anode, plus twice of H2O that gives 2 electrons, that gives again H2 plus twice of OH minus, there is a reduction at cathode. The overall reaction takes place twice of Cl minus plus twice of H2O, that gives Cl2 plus H2 plus twice of OH minus. So this is the overall reaction of electrolysis of aqueous NaCl, and we will see what is the result we get. The result, first point, H2 gas is liberated at cathode, this is the main thing, and the second one, Cl2 gas is released at an anode. This is similar to the previous case, like, so this is that means electrolysis of molten NaCl. In molten NaCl we also get the Cl2 gas released at anode. Here is also Cl2 gas is released at cathode. Only the change is that H2 gas is liberated at cathode in the aqueous NaCl. Because Na plus ions remains unreacted and OH minus ions are formed at cathode, NaCl solution is converted into NaOH solution. Now the quantitative aspects of electrolysis. So in the quantitative aspects we are interested, the mass of the reactants consumed or the molten or the mass of the product formed at the electrode during electrolysis can be calculated by knowing stoichiometry of the half cell reaction. So this part we will see in the next lecture. Thank you.